Here are 10 legendary yet lesser-known figures in Indian history, people whose stories are powerful, but often missing from mainstream textbooks. I'll explain them in a simple but meaningful way so you can really understand why they matter. 1. Lachit Borphukan. Who he was: a brilliant military commander from Assam. Why he's legendary: he defeated the Mughal army in the Battle of Saragat, 1671, using clever river warfare. Rare insight: while many kings relied on strength, Lachit relied on strategy and discipline. He even punished his own uncle for negligence, showing that for him, duty was above family. 2. Rani Abbakka Chowta. Who she was: a queen from coastal Karnataka. Why she's legendary: she fought the Portuguese for decades and never surrendered. She used fire arrows and small boats to attack large European ships, early examples of guerrilla naval warfare, long before it became common. 3. Birsa Munda. Who he was: a tribal leader from Jharkhand. Why he's legendary: led the Ugulan Great Rebellion against British rule. Birsa wasn't just a rebel, he was seen as a spiritual leader. He tried to rebuild tribal identity, not just fight political control. 4. Velu Nachiyar. Who she was: a queen of Tamil Nadu. Why she's legendary: first Indian queen to wage war against the British. Her commander, Kuyili, carried out what is considered India's first suicide attack, burning British ammunition stores. This shows how organized and determined their resistance was. 5. Chandra Vikramaditya. Who he was: a self-made king who rose from a trader to ruler of Delhi. Why he's legendary: won 22 battles before becoming king. Hemu was one of the last Hindu rulers of Delhi before Mughal consolidation, and his rise proves that talent, not birth, could still shape history. 6. Alluri Sitarama Raju. Who he was: a revolutionary from Andhra Pradesh. Why he's legendary: led tribal people in guerrilla warfare against the British. He told his followers he had mystical powers, which boosted morale. But behind that image was a master strategist in jungle warfare. 7. Onake Obavva. Who she was: a simple woman in Karnataka. Why she's legendary: defended a fort single-handedly using a pestle, Onake. Her story shows that history isn't only made by kings. Ordinary people can perform extraordinary acts of courage. 8. Kanhoji Angre. Who he was: a naval chief of the Maratha Empire. Why he's legendary: controlled the western coast and defeated European naval forces. The British called him a pirate, but in reality, he built one of India's first strong naval defenses, protecting Indian waters. 9. Rani Gaidinliu. Who she was: a Naga spiritual and political leader. Why she's legendary: started a movement against British rule at age 13. She combined religion and resistance, creating a movement that was both cultural revival and political rebellion. 10. Bakht Khan. Who he was: a leader in the 1857 revolt. Why he's legendary: tried to organize rebel forces into a proper army. Unlike many rebel leaders, he focused on discipline, structure, and planning. He almost turned a rebellion into a coordinated revolution. Final thought: most people know names like Mahatma Gandhi or Ashoka, but history is much deeper than textbooks. These lesser-known legends show that India's resistance came from every corner: tribal, coastal, rural, and royal. Leadership wasn't always about power, it was about courage, identity, and innovation. If you want, I can also share hidden stories about famous figures, like secrets about Ashoka, Shivaji, or Akbar that most people don't know.